Alright guys, this is the first video in a series of videos about health and medication and sickness. An important topic that we need to talk about sometimes. So, keep watching for this series of videos. Today's video is about phrasal verbs for health and sickness. So stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a quiz and you can answer some questions. I will give you some questions and you can practice your English with me. So, keep watching. Sorry. Sorry guys. I'm just not great. I'm not 100% at the moment. I feel like dog shit. Absolute dog shit. So, sorry about that, but I've got a cold. Now, actually, I don't have a cold, but I'm here to talk to you about health and medical English. Talking about medical English. Now, in this lesson, I'm going to give you 6 phrasal verbs to talk about your health and sickness. So it could be useful for you if you've got to go to the doctors, the docs, as we say. So hopefully you don't have to go to the docs. But if you do, then you can use these phrasal verbs, or maybe just to talk to your friends about your health. If you had a cold or a flu, we call it. A flu is a bit worse than a cold. So a cold is just in your head and your nose. But a flu is if you're really sick for a week or 2 weeks and you have to take time off work. It's a short word for influenza. Influenza. I hope you're not sick at the moment. I hope you're feeling good. But let's take a look at these 6 phrasal verbs, common phrasal verbs we use to talk about health and sickness. Let's go. So number 1, to come down with something. To come down with something. Come down with. It's a bit strange, isn't it? Come down with something. So, to come down with something means to get sick. So we can also say get sick or get a flu. Come down with. For example, I've come down with a cold. I've come down with a bad cold. I can't go to work. Tracy came down with the flu last week. Tracy came down with the flu last week. So we use this one when we talk about colds and flus, not serious illnesses. So we don't say, I came down with cancer or I came down with HIV. No, that's more serious. So with this one, it's just for colds and flus. Come down with a cold. Come down with a flu. Come down with a head cold, and so on. Number 2, dose up on. To dose up on. Oh, I've been really sick lately. I've had to dose up on some medication. So to dose up on something simply means to take a lot of medicine or medication. My doctor told me to dose up on Panadol. So if you don't know what Panadol is, this is a painkiller, a brand of a painkiller if you have a headache or a sore throat, you can take a Panadol to relieve the pain. Panadol. So dose up on. Dose up on. Number 3, to pick up something. To pick up something. So what does this mean? This doesn't mean pick up a pencil, right? Pick up a pencil. That's the simple form of this phrasal verb, pick up a pencil. Pick up has other meanings too, like you can pick up your friend from the airport to collect something. But it also means to catch a cold or a flu from other people. Something that is contagious. So when something's contagious, it means you can get it from other people, like a cold or a flu or an STI, sexually transmitted infection, is contagious. You can get it from other people. So we only use this to talk about colds and flus, though, mainly, not STIs. So to pick up something, to get it from someone else. I think I picked up a cold when I was in India last week. I don't think I'll go to work today. There are too many people who are sick. I don't want to pick up a cold. Number 4, to fight off something. To fight off something. So we usually say to fight off a cold or to fight off an infection. My doctor gave me some antibiotics to fight off an infection. To fight off something, when we talk about health, means when your body tries to prevent you from getting sick. I'm fighting off a flu at the moment. I think I'm fighting off a flu. It means I'm nearly getting sick, but not yet. My doctor gave me some medication to fight off the infection. Number 5. This one is not a very pleasant one. But what happens when this happens if you drink a lot of alcohol sometimes, or if you eat some bad food that is off, that is not fresh, you might throw up. To throw up. So to throw up means to vomit, to be sick. We can also say be sick or vomit. And yeah, it's not nice, is it? I've been throwing up all night. You can tell the doctor, I've been throwing up all night. She threw up a lot yesterday after getting a bad fever. And the last one is get over. Hopefully you can do this. You can get over your cold or your flu. Do you know this one? It means to recover, to get better. You can also say get better or get well. To get over the flu, to get over the sickness. I hope you get over your cold soon. I got sick last week, but I got over it quickly. The phrasal verb quiz for health and sickness. So this is a substitution exercise. I'm going to give you a sentence with the standard word, and you have to choose one of the phrasal verbs from this lesson to replace it with. Can you remember the phrasal verbs from today? Let's review them quickly. Number 1, come down with something. Come down with something. Number 2, dose up on something. Dose up on medication or medicine. Number 3, pick up something. To pick up something. To catch something from someone else. From someone else. To fight off. To prevent an infection. To fight off. To throw up. To vomit. To vomit. To get over something. To recover. Okay, so you choose one of these and you place it into the sentence. Let's go. Number 1. So they will be in a different order from here. Okay, a different order. Number 1. It took me so long to recover from that flu. What do you think? Great. It took me so long to get over that flu. To get over that flu. Next one. My doctor told me to take a lot of vitamin C for my cold. Take a lot of something? Yeah, my doctor told me to dose up on vitamin C for my cold. Great. Number 3, I have to get some antibiotics from the pharmacy to prevent an infection. Prevent an infection. I have to get some medicine from the pharmacy to fight off an infection. To fight off an infection. Right. Next one. James caught the flu last week. James caught the flu last week. This is a common one. James came down with the flu last week. James came down with the flu last week. Okay. Next one. I drank so much alcohol last night. I was vomiting for hours. I was throwing up for hours. That's it. I was throwing up for hours. And the last one, I think I caught a cold from my sister. I think I picked up a cold from my sister. Exactly. Picked up a cold. Great. So answer some of these questions for me. Leave your comments. Make a sentence. Make a sentence with these phrasal verbs and practice your English, and I will correct you. So here are some questions that you can answer. How often do you come down with a cold each year? Do you usually get over your colds really quickly? What do you take to fight off infections or fight off colds? When was the last time you picked up the flu? Okay, I hope you're feeling well and you're not sick. And if you are sick, I hope you get over it really quickly. So, all right, thanks guys. Leave your comments and share this video. Click like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.